Surprised by the difference in points in the game. I knew our guys were ready to play, and I thought our intensity from the start all the way to the end was really high. Our guys were locked in. Even though without a couple guards right now, I think we used our depth to kind of get in and stay on them. The offensive rebounds early, I think, set the tone. We missed some shots, and Terrence Edwards and Todd got in there and got his second chance points, and then I thought our defense, guarding those guards, was really good. We took them out of their actions and made them try to make one-on-one plays, and for the most part, with the exception of some silly fouls, I thought our defense was really good tonight too.
I guess I'll let you keep talking about the defense a little bit. You mentioned their three guards the other night, and really. I think Godwin hitting some shots in the second half. None of them really did much without your two, maybe best two defensive guards. Just how impressive was that to you, or how encouraging was it to see that?
Yeah, I think guys took the challenge. Votto had to guard the kid Deuce Dean, and is a good player, and he took the challenge. Tequil Molson took the challenge of trying to guard Nesbitt, who's a really good player. But behind them were guys that were really supportive, and so anytime we have hold good players down, it's going to have to be a team defensive effort, and guys were in the right spots. I thought Noah Friedel positionally, and then Justin and those guys behind it were in really good positions.
You talked a lot the other night about how you wanted Monday's game to be about building habits and developing those good habits. How much of tonight's game became that same, like we're going to keep developing those habits as the game started to progress?
Yeah, our season's such a long season, and it's a long journey, and you want to build up and get all the way through, and bad habits can be formed just the same way good habits are. And, we're trying to really be on our guys. So sometimes not always about the result, but just doing the right thing. And especially on defense, we want to build up because we know what's coming ahead of us with 3 road games and then 3 neutral site games where our defense is going to be imperative. But then also for us to be able to win a championship, we know we're going to be one of the best defensive teams in the league. So our habits come from there. And the other habit I like right now is we're sharing the basketball. I think we're finding guys. There was a sequence in the second half where Alonzo Sule came down and probably had a tough layup and threw it to Votto in the corner. Votto made a 3. Then Noah Friedel came in and got an offensive rebound, all right, and then threw it out to Xavier Brown, and he made a 3. And then the last one was Xavier Brown drove and then dropped it off to Mezia four-room. It was 3 straight possessions of. It was great passing.
Yeah, not to keep asking about the guys you don't have, but those being 2 of your better distributors, and you look at the stat sheet, you got Xavier 7 assists, 1 turnover. Terrence had a bunch of assists. Are you pretty pleased to see other guys that are able to kind of run the offense like that?
Yeah, I told Terrence Edwards a week and a half ago before the first game started. I said if you are a good passer and you can do it, I said it's going to open up your scoring, and it can't be one-sided to where he's just looking to score. And you've seen him do that. Like in the first game, I know he didn't score a lot of points, but I thought he played really good. He was unselfish. He found the right guys and just wasn't open for him. But tonight, he played under control. He scored. He passed. And I thought Xavier Brown was really good tonight. He's getting an opportunity with his other guys not being able to play, but I thought he played very poised and made good decisions. I don't know if he got credit for a turnover one time he threw it at Jarrell, but that was a good pass. I thought he was under control defensively and offensively. And, he's going to be, one of the future guys of our program. So it's exciting to see him grow and learn and get better and better. But, right now is a great opportunity for him. He's going to have to play for us, and he showed tonight that he can play at this level.
Hampton's obviously a CAA team, and that's the conference I came from last year. And beating them by this margin, do you think that it shows the teams at kind of a new level heading into the Sun Belt?
Yeah, I don't know if we were thinking on that way. Coming into the game, our mentality was be really good every possession, and the score is going to take care of itself. And I thought we were really locked in and doing that early, and the score got away. Sometimes it happens that way. But I thought we played the right way for the 40 minutes.
So I wanted to talk to you about Terrence, and I mean, getting a double-double in the first half with still a good chunk of time left to play as well. I mean, was this a performance? I know Votto talked about that was a performance he had been waiting to see. Is this something that you were kind of expecting to eventually get out of Terrence, and what made him such a difference maker tonight?
Well, he's a versatile player. He started the first game of the year for us at the point guard. He started tonight at the 4. And we thought, with the matchups that we can kind of run offense through him, especially early, and that he would get some looks. And he got us going early. I mean, I thought he made good decisions. I know he regrets a couple of those 3-on-1s that one time he tried to throw a lob to Mezzi, and I turned it over there. And then what I thought he showed maturity is he made 2 bad plays, but just kind of put them in the rearview mirror and moved on and started making good plays right after that, which is something that he wasn't doing a year ago. So I love growth when guys are doing that, because we've been preaching on it, and he would have played more, but we got a lot more ahead of us, and I didn't want to risk anybody else getting hurt, especially him or anybody else. So I'm going to need some of them guys that got in there at the last 5 minutes throughout the year. So I'm glad we were developed them too.
And then, having 2 dominant wins, and then you're on the road for pretty much 6 games. One of them is a 2-game tournament. How much confidence does this build in you when you have such a long stretch awaiting you? I think December 2nd is the next time that we'll be having a conversation like this.
Yeah, that was what we talked about in the locker room. We know the challenges are going to be difficult coming up. Buffalo's one of the toughest places to play. I mean, they win at home, and probably the opening night they might have one of the best wins of anybody. Beating Colgate is I don't know if it kind of moves the needle nationally, but coaches know that Colgate's really good, and to beat them, you better be good. And so they got a great win to start. And then we'll take it step by step. We got to go to Howard next, and then North Carolina, and then the other games. But being on the road's different, and we got to be much tighter. I'm glad that Talk's going to be able to go back home, go to Buffalo, and see his family, play in front of his family. But we know that we're going to have to be tougher and play a different style once we go on the road. These days of scoring 100 points and things like that, it's not going to be that. It's going to be a grind in all these games.
Yeah, I guess just how to phrase it, but you had Noah obviously scored a ton of points in a short amount of time yesterday. Terrence kind of did the same tonight. Mm-hmm. Is that what we're going to see going forward? Is different guys kind of going off? Do you have that kind of?
Yeah, I mean, I thought one of the things, if you look at the way Hampton was playing tonight, that they were right on Noah. They were trying to take him out, and if that happens, other guys are going to have more space on the court and have more opportunities. But when Terrence Edwards is driving, if you kind of look at the replays, like the guys are just chasing Noah around all over the court, which is good. It's always about making the right play, and it's going to be a different guy a lot of nights. We got a lot of guys with potential scoring, and I know that the scrimmages were closed, but if you look at the closed scrimmages, Julian was the highest scorer in one, and I think Tyree or Talk might have been the highest scorer in another. So we got different guys to score. We can't worry about that. If we worry about defense and rebound and doing the right things, the scoring is going to take care of itself.
Thanks, everybody.